everyone, this is Sandy, and I have finished this Christmas journal. It's a little golden book. It says Christmas carols on it. I worked on it right after I finished my snowman one because I still had all the blue Christmas papers and ephemera and stuff out. So I decided just to go ahead and do this one. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a flip through and talk about it real quick. It's a standard golden book size. I'm assuming it's 6 3/4 by 8. I put a 2.5 inch fabric covered spine in it, and I found the Snowflake in my stash, and it goes great with this Snowflake fabric I put on the spine. And then when I was digging for a bulb pin, which I never did find, and I probably wouldn't have used it anyway because they're not silver, and I kind of wanted silver because everything on here is silver. I found this little earring in my stash. It's got like gold, what do you call those? Fake diamond type things on there. So anyway, I just put it on there. It can come off if whoever gets it doesn't want it. But anyway, and other things can also be added. So that's on the spine. And on the cover, I have this sparkly rickrack. I use it on a lot of my Christmas journals, except I just have one piece left. So it might do a front of a journal, but it won't do the back. So anyway, I put it all the way inside the journal too. You'll see that in a minute. 3 signatures. I think they have 13 pages each. If you count the thing I put in the center, 14. So we'll count that so it's not 3 13s. I've put elastic lace closure on it. This way you have plenty of room to make it grow, because if you use it for December daily, I know those can get large. And see, this one's already what I call, an even. So it's already even with the spine. So anyway, you got room to grow on that. On the cover, I also put these snowflakes, 2 sparkly ones that are really thin. I got those, I'm pretty sure, probably Dollar Tree last year. And this is a medallion I cut from a skirt or something. And it reminds me of snowflake, so I'll put it on there, just in the corner. All right, let's get inside. Here's where the rickrack comes through, and when I say it goes all the way around, that's what I mean. I just covered that where the fabric meets the book on both sides, front and back. Okay, this pocket is one that came in a wedding invitation kit, and I just put a little blue ink around it just so it wasn't quite lost on the page. And here's another one of those medallions. This journaling card I made out of scraps of blue papers. I just did, just glued them all onto some cardstock and then cut them into shapes. And before I cut them, I looked at it and I thought, it's kind of like this one. I put some gesso on there just to kind of tie it all in together maybe, and tone it down a little bit because I had some really sparkly metallic looking papers. So I just did like I did on this one. I took a sponge that was dry, dipped it in the gesso, and just pounced it on the collage paper, and then I cut it into tag shapes. You'll see several of these throughout here. And on this one I had this I think it was from a postcard digital, and it had some words or something on the bottom, and I just cut them off so it would fit, and I stitched around it. It's just bluebirds singing, and they have holly there. So I probably got that from Graphics Fairy or the old design shop several years ago. I downloaded it. That's my guess. It could be from somewhere else. This is the Glassine Bag. I put napkin on it, and then this foam snowflake, and that snowman I cut from some gift wrap, some wrapping paper. On this journaling card, it is napkin onto some cardstock. I did corner punches on it, and this cutout of a snowman was just in my stash. I put eyelid on this cardstock because this is the signature cover. On the inside here is a doily, part of a doily. I know it's hard to see. Let me put that back in there. That I just glued it onto some paper and then cut it out and made it into a tuck. And this particular journaling card is from a paper pad I got at Michael's probably 2 years ago now, and I'm just using it up, and you'll see scraps of it in here quite a bit. Actually, I think this paper is from it, maybe all the scrapbook papers from it. This is the original book page, and this is some wrapping paper I got in a estate sale several years ago. It's really thick. It's almost like felt. This is from a digital kit. I'm not sure where. It was just left over in my stash, so I included it. I did coffee dyed paper on the back. Another page from the book. This is the cover from a book that I just like, you know, the snowy scene. It's about a tree wanting to be a Christmas tree, like the blue on it. So I put it in here. It's a little thick, so it's like cardstock weight. And on this side of it, I made a faux wallet. I think I saw Gail do it, and she said she saw Patricia do it. It's just a book page folded up. You decorate the front. You can decorate the back, and then you have 2 pockets here to put stuff in. And I have just 2 from gift tag thing. I bought a bunch of those at a thrift store for like a whole package of them. This is just a little booklet I made with some lined paper and some music, and just put a little cluster on it. And I was noticing, I could have glued this on as a pocket, but I didn't, probably because it's just 1 layer of book page, and I didn't want it to be real fragile. So I also could have done the same thing here, and it would have been a little, probably the same thing, because it's a fold, but it's still just 1 page. So I just have the 2 pockets here. And on this one, it's just a tag cut from a business envelope. And I thought about covering up the little seams there, but I thought, no, that just shows you where it's from. So that makes it, I don't know, it just shows its origins, I guess. This snowflake was another 2 from tag, and I'll show you the rest of it in a minute. I don't know, it'll make more sense in a minute when I show it. So anyway, there's just how I decorated this little wallet. This is from a children's book. I'm not sure which one. This is from the original little golden book. And this is just, it was from a Christmas planner, I believe. And this was from a Christmas, it wasn't the Ideals books, but it's just like recipes and crafts and stuff. So, and on this side, I made a pocket. Woven pocket. You see me do these before. Book page and just something woven through. And let me tell you what this is. And this is just cut from that paper pad. You know those bows you get? You get like 20 of them for $1 in a package. And it's just like the standard Christmas bow that's been around forever. And it's like a really plasticky ribbon that's been folded, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't have one here with me. Anyway, if you follow me at all, you know you've seen these Christmas bows that's in like a package of 20. Well, anyway, this was one that was a metallic one, and I had taken the staple out of it, and it's just this long strip of ribbon, and that's what I used to weave in this pocket. And I thought, you know, that's a pretty cool way to use up those, they can even be smashed, you know how they get smashed. You can use up those smashed bows. You can weave it and make pockets out of it. So I don't know, just what was going through my mind. This is some I wish I knew what the name of it was, like stationery paper that goes through your printer, so you can have a letter or something written here. And it's just got the amaryllis, I believe is how it's pronounced, and just about Christmas. This is a sack I made out of a sack. I had a gigantic paper sack, and I just folded and re-glued it and made little small sacks out of it. I had this image of the 3 snowmen cut from something, and there's another one of those sparkly snowflakes. This is leftovers from A Winter's Tale by Artie Mays. I bought it a couple of years ago, made a journal, and didn't use all of the journaling cards. We have a doily, and this is just a Christmas Carol sheet of music from an old hymnal, probably. Center of the signature, I like this wrapping paper. It's not necessarily Christmas, I don't guess, but I like the colors. It does have berries in there, so we're calling it Christmas. And then I took an old Christmas card and put it in my center of my signature, so my threads or my strings are glued up in there, and I made it up into a pocket. So, okay. I debated about whether to cut a little thumb thing there, and I didn't because I didn't want to disturb the picture, but I guess I could have put one on the back. This is also from that Artie Mays kit. Some journaling lines, if it's in there. Okay, little fabric flip made out of some fabric I bought in rolls. It's like strips, and it's rolled up, and I put a little foam snowflake on there, and I just did a little hand stitching around him. We're on the back of the signature, so we're seeing the same papers, just different sides of it. This is a cluster I made, and this is the other side of that snowflake. I was stumbling around trying to explain it. Snowflake to from card. I don't even know where it's at now. Anyway, it folds, so I'll show you more about that in a minute, but I use both sides so far. This is a die from Tim Holtz, and I have it on there crooked, and it's one of those things, once it's down, you don't touch it. I cut it out of some sparkly blue paper. It's very delicate, and I didn't really have a good bottle of glue, you know, like ones with a tiny tip. So, but I think I did a pretty good job. I just didn't get it on quite straight. All right, we got something glue. Oh, yeah, I guess it's glued down because it's supposed to be. This is a tuck. This is one we made. This is not the one I made for the 3 and 15 Don't Freak Out Before Christmas, but it's another one I made like it. And it's just scraps of papers on an envelope that you can have the tag down in the center there, the window. And then you make a tuck because it's a wide envelope, and you fold it over and make a tuck. And this is one that you can kind of see how it's just bright and all these different papers coming together. If I'd put the gesso on it, to me it would have toned it down a little bit more too. So anyway, this is from, I think it's from the Artie Mays kit as well. Napkin onto cardstock. That snowman again. Some ribbon. He is behind the tuck. This is cut from somewhere. It was just in my stash, so I put it in this little tuck. Okay. Another cluster, just different papers. And this is a bag. I just bought it at Dollar Tree or Dollar General, and I just put some extras in there. Like there's, like, could be a tag with that woven ribbon. Some napkin covered cardstock is in there. And then in the front here, this image is from the Artie Mays kit, A Winter's Tale. Some applique there. And just some leftover scrapbook paper I did the corner punches on. And that is from a, I don't know what you call them. You put them on a table to show who sits there, placeholder thing. And it was folded, so it kind of sits like a little tent thing. I'm not sure how I'll explain that. Anyway, the other parts, I just cut it off, and this part you can write on. So anyway, there's that explanation. Second signature. This is all papers from that same paper pad I got several years ago. We got the pom-pom fringe, which if you watched my snowman journal, I said it reminded me of snowman. So I have snowballs, so I put it on there. Here's that woven pocket again. This time it is silver wrapping paper, and the opposite ones are cut from a Discover card envelope that had like the silver snowflakes. And if you've seen a couple of my last couple of videos, I'm really talking about Discover card envelopes. Okay, another one of the tags made out of that collage paper, and I had this, I don't know what it is even. Probably, I'm not sure. I want to say it was a to from thing on the other side, so I'm not sure. But anyway, just made a journaling card out of that, stitched it all on. Get it in here. We've seen this paper before, and here's from another music book. This is border stickers, and then I put a collage on it. This is from a music book, and this is the cover, and I included it because it's blue and it's about Christmas carols, and it just adds a thick piece of writing paper in the center of the signature, almost the center. This is the Snowflake. It's also another die, and it's pretty delicate too, especially when you cut it on gift wrap. So I have another one I cut on some sturdier paper, and it's amazing the difference it makes, but I still like that silver metallic look there. Here's another pocket that I made similar to one we did on that challenge, and it's just made from a business envelope. Cut off the top, turn down the top, the front to make it look like little collars. You just cut a slit and turn and fold it down, collage around it. This is another one of those tags made out of the collage stuff, and this little angel is from a sewing pattern on making Christmas costumes. You can see H. She was like design H. So she goes in here. You can see her through the window. And this was in my stash, printed from somewhere. Okay, some more music. This was like a children's workbook and it had the nativity scene on there. This is a pocket made out of I think it was originally a napkin. I'll get it closer. So it's fabric. This is folded down just to kind of give it a finished edge. Glued it on, Battenberg lace there. And then I have another one of those tags cut from a business envelope. The inside, was blue, and I added that wrapping paper to it. And this is cut from that paper pad. This is some, I don't know if we've seen this before or not. It's paper that runs through your printer that you can write a Christmas letter on. I had a library pocket already made in my stash, and that was good. And I have that decoration on there, but I never really finish it. So just a tag made out of leftovers of that woven paper and a to from sticker that was metallic, and I punched the edges. And this is from that book page about the guy that wanted to be a Christmas tree, or the tree that wanted to be a Christmas tree. Center of the signature is another Christmas card that I glued together, and that's just from the kit. I keep saying kit, paper pad. Okay. Here's another tuck made out of a doily, and I just add a little decoration there. There's two more kids from that sewing pattern, and this background is the little, the branding strips on your pages of scrapbook paper. You cut those off, and one side usually has a decorative design, so that's those, and I wove those through some paper, and then just backed it with some other paper so I can write on the back, and it just makes a great background for these kids. Okay, there is another snowflake I cut, and that's out of blue wrapping paper. It was thin. It was, you just gotta be very careful with it. You take it from the die and you need the cutter, and you need to just come glue it down immediately, because if you put it somewhere, it's gonna get all bent up. Just covered up part of that children's workbook page. It just wasn't very interesting. I put this snowman notepad on it with a little bit of applique. This was a green envelope I got in the mail, so I just put some wrapping paper on the back. It's got the snowman. Added a couple of little journaling cards. This is just a book page with a sticker on it and some writing paper on the back. Another one that collage tags with another to from. And this little, I'm calling it a silvery poinsettia. Close enough. That's a punch I have right here. Got it at Hobby Lobby. And that is metallic Discover card envelope. So I tell you, they're great things to have. On this side, I have another one of those business envelope tags and a little bit of doily on it. And I forgot to write anything on the back. Put writing paper on the back, but you still can write back there. It had a little tear here, so I put this stamp. It's an actual stamp, a little bit of fabric behind it. And then this is a tag made out of some sort of chipboard probably. And it's got a napkin on it. All right, back side of the snowman, the Christmas Carol book. This is the other side of the cover. And I just glued this snowman Christmas card on there, and I made him into a side pocket. There we go. This was from the Artie Mays kit, and I already had it made into a paper clip. Wonderful. I just put it in my book. Another one of those pockets made out of a business envelope. Get from junk mail, just collage around it. And then these were in my stash. Don't know where they're from. Something I printed. And I put them, see the sparkly paper? Guess where it came from? Yep, it came from this Discover card envelope. And if you could see behind the boxes, you'd see where it says Discover card, and it has a picture of it and everything. You can't see through there. So anyway, I just stitched it on here. So once again, use the Discover card. You can see them through there. Okay, this was a sack I made from book page and scrapbook paper, and I don't know where that came from. Something, packaging or something. And that is from the paper pad. And this is another tuck made out of doily, and you can see the paper probably better through there, the background paper. And napkin onto cardstock. I just put it in here blank, so whoever gets this journal can do what they want to with it. One of the to from things I stitched onto this little scrap of the woven paper, and I put some writing paper on the back, and you can write between the lines there. Okay, this is a banner that's clipped on here, and get the thread through there. I just stitched around it with a metallic thread, and you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see the metallic or not. My machine did not like it, so we didn't do many more projects with it, but just glued some scraps on there, and it's blank on the back so you can write on there, and then just clip it back on the page. Oops, I hit the camera. Sorry about that. Oops, I really hit it. Okay, how's that? That's a little better. Third signature, we have lace there. Another one of those pockets where you turn the flaps down and make a little, I call it a collar. Just different scraps on there to make the pocket. The tag is those background collage with the gesso. Here's the other part of that place holder. I said I cut part of it off because it makes like a little tent or V, I guess, upside down V. That's this is the back side of it, and it's all filigree. I don't know what you would call that. You know, open something. It's like it's been cut, so you can't write on it. That's my whole point. You can't write on it. So I just use it as a background. And this Santa is cut from some fabric, and I had this yo-yo in my stash, so I just included all that on this tag. Maybe someone has a better word for me. Woven pocket again, another to from metallic sticker on there, cut from the paper kit. Stamping. This is from the original book again. Another one of those collaged. Well, this isn't really from the challenge. It's used some of the same paper, so it's an envelope. And here's a little. I didn't put a thing there, did I? I didn't. So you can put a tuck there, and then you have a tuck here, and then you have a tuck here. So I should have put something there. So anyway, you see the concept. This is scrapbook and paper, and this pocket is made out of just packaging and gift wrap wrapped around it. And I just love that scene. Put a little bit of lace there. That was in my stash, and it makes a good journaling card. That's the book. Original book. Here is a snowflake cut out of regular scrapbook paper, and it's much thicker and much easier to work with. So if you had that die, the metallics are pretty, but this was definitely easier to maneuver, getting it on glued down. This is in a real library pocket I got out of an old book. So I just decorated it with some fabric and some foam snowflakes and some ribbon. And then this journaling card is made out of some music paper with some paper to write on the back, stitched around it. And this, I think it's a to from label that was in my stash. Just glued it on there. All right, music paper from a book page, collage pocket. This actually is another envelope end of it. So you can have it behind it or in it. And this you can see a little better than that other one about how I made the background with the woven branding strips from scrapbook paper and the book page. And these were left over from Artie Mays' kit, and I got a little tool there. So that's that one. The center of the signature is another Christmas card. I put a little collage there just because. Kind of had purple tones in it. This is a recipe card. I think I showed one earlier and I didn't talk about it, but it's a recipe card. Got a snowman on it. This is another fabric flip. It's got two different patches of hand stitching. I just do it like if I was quilting it, like it was a quilt block. A little bag with some paper on it and a little lace medallion. This was the journaling card from the Artie kit. I thought it would fold in half. It makes a cute little booklet, and it fits perfect in here. We can have a little rabbit peeking out if we want. Made a belly band out of a book page and just some wrapping paper and just different bits and pieces that were on my desk. Here is a one of the journaling cards made out of that scrap of paper. I mean, collage papers, and just another piece of it. And you can see that metallics really showing on this one. And you can see where I put the gesso on there. And this is just a sticker of a snowman. This was a envelope I got in the mail that had snowflakes on it, so I put some reinforcing paper on it, and on this side I put border strips, stickers, and then 2 of those little flower cutouts. I have a to from in here, and a leftover piece of napkin on cardstock, so that it makes a cute little skinny tag, and then another blank tag cut from a business envelope. So lots of potential there. And this one I have, that's cut from the scrap pad. This is like, oh, what do you call those? Project Life cards. It's an off-brand of it, I think. I'm not sure. It could be the real thing. This is one of those things that Pam at the Paper Outpost shows how to make. It's like, this is actual origami paper, and you just fold it into an envelope shape. And then, let's see, it goes like this. And it even has a little place to tuck itself in there. Okay, here's one of those snowflake things I've struggled to explain about. It's a to from gift tag, and yeah, on the other ones I cut it and used the back on one thing and then the front with the little tassel thingy still attached. I used that. Now, there was 2 different designs of snowflakes, so this one looks a little different than what we've seen. And I just glued that on to be like a little pocket. And here's the sticker too. It says, "There's no, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home." Then we're at the back, and on the back pocket, it's that collage paper again with the gesso. And on this tag, I have a napkin. Well, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I did it wrong, is why. I wanted it to be in this pocket. I'm not sure. Oh, I wanted it for a whole different pocket. That's why. And I wanted this to be here, but I messed it up and I sold it on. So it came a tag out here. Now, it's got the napkin paper, and it's got a piece of the scrapbook paper. Actually, I think it's the cover from the paper pad, because it's pretty thick. And then this is cut from something, and I put some writing paper on it. So it's my little journaling card in here. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. This is that to from snowflake thing I just showed you, and you can see how there's the 2 parts. Well, I thought that makes it a perfect tab, right? Because one side can be here and the other side here, and you know, it's folded like a tab. So anyway, I stitched that on, and that's my final tag for the back pocket. So anyway, that is this journal. It's going to be for sale on my Etsy shop. There should be a link below, and I really appreciate you guys sticking with me watching this whole thing, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.